Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. It's the middle of April 2020. Yes, timestamp. Before I get this video started, I'd like to let everybody know, because there's been a lot of people that are concerned about Wei Feng, and she went and did all of her post-cancer treatment or tests here last week, and we just got the results back on everything. We went and talked to the oncologist in Nanning here at the University Hospital, and he said she is as healthy as a horse, so nothing to worry about. Cool. Takes a load off both her and me when we hear things like that. Then we can just go and do what we want. But you see, that's not what this video is about. This video is about China now. As we speak, where is China right now on April 15th, 2020? Okay, well, the fear's gone. I've seen that in so many people. But I can only talk about Nanning City in Guangxi province, because that's basically where we've been since we've got back from Alex's place in Bangkok, Thailand. But the fear is gone. People are starting to go out and do things. We've been to a Korean barbecue this last week. We went to a hot pot, chicken hot pot, Chongqing chicken hot pot last night. Oh, it was so good, I'm telling you. Going out for supper in China is like a treat. Like it's like kids wanting candy. Me, I just love going out. Oh, and good news, the Yongjiang Hotel Brazilian barbecue opened up again yesterday, so you're gonna see another video from that place. So and we've been going to breakfast every morning since we got back. So we go out for our morning soups or dim sums or whatever it is. And when you're out on the street, when you're in public, you wear a mask. When you're in a restaurant, no. I've noticed that. So maybe it's a new fad to wear a mask. I'm not playing it down, guys, but in Guangxi province, I don't know how many. I said 80 million people the other day. Somebody says there's only 45 million people. Well, I think there's more than 45 million people in Guangxi province, especially when you've got like Nanning's got 7 million people. Like, there's people everywhere. But it doesn't really matter. There's 0 cases of the CV here in Guangxi province that have been reported over the last frickin' month. So everybody is sort of feeling good, going out. We went to a housewarming party the other day. Well, you've seen that video. You know, so like, and on Saturday, Ling and Xiaoping are putting on a barbecue for everybody that was at that housewarming party. So beers, wines, brandies, barbecue, whatever. And they've got a really nice place with a backyard, like a house. So this is going to be an interesting afternoon or an evening for sure. Basically here in Nanning City and around China, people are back to work. Schools, seriously, the schools are back. The university, you see all the students coming back with all of their suitcases and whatever. School is starting back up here in China. People are planning vacations. The summer has sort of sprung. As you can see, I'm in a t-shirt, not a white t-shirt. I know I should have put a white t-shirt on. I always do in the summertime. But so summer has hit. People are back to school. People are back to work. People are planning vacations for the summer holidays. Things are going back to normal here in China, and it's sort of nice. I see and I hear and I watch the news from the Western world, and it's not so rosy over there. And I feel for you guys. We had a chance to go back to Canada instead of coming to China, and we said, no, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to go to China. Why are we going to go to China? Because we figure it's safer there, and it's going to come out of this CV crisis a lot quicker than Canada, the United States, or Europe, or actually anywhere else in the world, except for maybe Japan and South Korea. Those guys kicked its ass in a heartbeat. Good on you guys. It's one of those things. But now, like, oh, I'm in front of the Nanning Zoo here, and the large venues, concerts, the Forbidden City. Gugong in Chinese is Forbidden City. You know, the Great Wall, the Tomb of the Emperor, all of these larger venues, zoos and stuff, are still closed down. Why? The Chinese government is overly cautious about stuff like this, and they should be. They don't want to promote people congregating together just in case everybody's still worried a little bit about that second wave. Not so much though, because we haven't seen any of it. You saw the other day, all last week, Wei Fang and I were at the hospital, and if there was a problem, that place, well, it was packed, but that's normal. It would have been a gong show type thing, and it wasn't. It was orderly, it was normal, it was the way it always has been and always will be in China. So the idea that there wasn't a big frenzy over at the hospital sort of gives us more hope, because we see this stuff and we understand that people have that fear in them when it comes to something like this, especially for the older folk or the sick folk. And we didn't see any of that at the hospital, which is one of those things that sort of gives you confidence in what's going on right now. Life is good. China is back. I can take public transportation. I can take the subway. I can take a bus. I can jump on an airplane, domestic flights anywhere in the country. Not a problem. So things are coming back to normal. It feels so good to be back in China. The restaurants are open. The shops are open. All of the things that aren't run by the government are open, and that's not a dig on the government. It's just that they are more cautious than your regular Joe on the street, because you got to understand, like somebody that's got a restaurant or a shop, they need to make money, so they're more apt to open up their shop a lot quicker, just for the fact that it's pocketbook, guys. That's their living. That's what they do. That's what puts food on their table. That's what buys their children clothes. That's what buys their children extracurricular activities and pays the bills on their mortgage, their house, whatever. So when you see something like this closed, it doesn't mean that there's a problem. It just means that the Chinese government is a little bit more cautious than your regular person on the street because of finances. One of the most positive things that I've seen over the last little while is that all the medical staff in Hubei province, the people that traveled to Wuhan because they had the crisis in Wuhan, have all left now. They've all done their 14-day quarantine and they're all home with their families. Good on them. These people are actual heroes in China. They when they came into Wuhan, the police and everybody stood all in lines along the road and saluted these characters. When they left, they did the same thing. When Dr. Robert was, I get a kick out of this, when Dr. Robert and his crew were getting on an airplane and taxiing the airplane down the runway, the fire department was out there with their big hose spraying the airplane, sort of like a water cannon send-off type thing. So they all appreciated what these healthcare workers did, and when they were done, they were considered heroes because they actually put themselves and their colleagues in danger by being in a place like that. And kudos to you guys. I'm back to the gym. Yes, not my gym. My gym died in the battle with the CV, and but I think it was hurting before. There was rumors out there that they weren't doing very good, but I found a new gym. So I've been going to the gym last 3 days and I frickin' hurt everywhere. Oh, I was so out of shape. My shoulders, my arms, my ass, my legs. I am hurting. But the idea that a business like a gym is open, that just shows you the confidence. And they can't just go and open their door. They have to go to the government and relicense, make sure that everything is in order. So if the government didn't think this was a good idea, didn't think that it was safe, they wouldn't issue these licenses to these businesses. Same with restaurants, same with shops, same with everybody in the country. You have to go through a process to open up your door after this CV thing. So You have to understand that. So Gweilo is back in the gym and feeling a lot better, because when I go and I work out, it makes an old boy feel a little bit better, if that's possible. There are still restrictions. Everywhere you go, they take your temperature. Everywhere you go, you got to scan your QR code, or for somebody like me that very seldom carry a cell phone, like seriously, I'm old school. They say, where's your cell phone? And I say, well, Mayo, you know, I don't have one. I don't carry it with me. So they get you to put the time that you were there, your name and your phone number. So if there is a case in that time period at that location, they can contact you, and yes, probably back into quarantine, you know what I mean? There are still restrictions for foreigners coming into the country. If you don't hold a Chinese passport, unless you're a special person, you're not coming into China. All foreigners are banned from China. All visas have been suspended. All resident permits have been temporarily suspended. That's a big difference. So that's one of the things that, well, basically it's the same thing as with the zoo here. If it's up to the government, they still have it shut down because they're overly cautious. A lot of CV cases have been coming from foreign countries into China, and they just don't want to play that game. So until everybody out there gets their act together, United States and Canada and Great Britain and France and Italy and Spain and all these people that don't have this thing under control, until they do, there's going to be restrictions on foreigners coming into this country. And you know, it's about time that these businesses opened up, because this CV thing has basically devastated hotel business, restaurants, shops, all of this stuff. So if they can open up their economy and get things rolling again, maybe it'll lessen the hit a little bit. Maybe it'll give them a better chance to pay their mortgage, pay their employees, rehire some employees, just get back to a normal life. And I see that in China here now. I see that, you know, well, look at the children are out looking to see if the zoo is open. You know what I mean? And parents are bringing them here to see if the zoo is open. Things are back out. The kids may have masks, but they got them underneath their chin. And the parents aren't saying, "Oh, put your mask on." 2 weeks ago, oh yeah, you better believe, put your freaking mask on. So we're confident. The Chinese people are confident. The government is confident that they can control this, and they have, and they will again if it rears its ugly head and we get a second wave. But as it sits right now, where is China right now? China is confident. China is fear-free. The shops, the restaurants, the subways, the trains, the planes, everything are open back up again, and people are on the street. People are going back to work. People are going back to school. Life is freaking good. The world is smiling on China right now, and I'm sort of happy to be here. I'm so glad that Wei Fong and I made the decision to go to China instead of Canada, because I've got family, I've got friends in Canada, and things are tough there. Things are scary still. They don't quite have it under control. I think that Canada will get it under control, but I don't think the United States will. I'm sure Italy and Spain are in big trouble. The States is probably in more trouble. And having them just south of the Canadian border, if you don't shut that border down, guys, and just lock them out, you're pooched. It'll eat Canada up just like it's eating the States up right now. So anyway, that's my opinion on where's China now. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell. Don't forget to comment, and always put a couple bucks on the children's Patreon account. It's for a good cause. It's for helping poor rural Chinese children. They just need a helping hand. We can give it to them. Help me help them. Thanks for watching. Bye now.